Hello, it's Lee from the Infinite Actuary, and today I want to talk just a little bit about scheduling sample exams. And in order to get to scheduling sample exams, I just can't stop but tell you a little bit about my philosophy for using sample exams. For instance, as Shakespeare says here, why then can one desire too much of a good thing? Sometimes students feel like if they can just take more and more and more sample exams, that's going to be their key to success. But there are a few caveats to that point that I want to mention before we get into showing you how to change that schedule. So my sample exam philosophy is basically that sample exams are great. There are two main things that sample exams are really, really good for. One, they help you prepare your response to exam stress. If you know how your body's going to respond to the stress of an exam, you'll be able to prepare for it and make plans for how to work around it. For instance, I always try to memorize some few specific formulas that I have a lot of trouble remembering, and then I just write them down on the first page of my scratch paper when I get to the exam, so I don't have to worry about those anymore. So that's an example of something that I do to help manage my exam stress. The other thing that sample exams are great for is helping you to identify areas that you need to devote some extra practice time to. So in particular, after you finish taking one sample exam, you don't want to turn right around and take another sample exam before you've had the opportunity to take advantage of the problems that you missed. Every problem that you miss on a sample exam is an opportunity to get one more problem right on exam day. And you don't want to miss any of those opportunities. So you want to make sure to schedule your sample exams so that you have time in between sample exams to actually do what you need to do to take advantage of those opportunities. Now I want to show you in TIA Studies Today View how you can adjust your sample exam schedule. I say adjust because once you've set up your Today View, you automatically have your sample exam schedule for you. So you can see here, I've got my exam date. This is for exam FM on June 10th. And it's automatically scheduled my sample exams 2 days back, and then 2 more study days back, and then 2 more study days back, and then 2 more study days back, and so on. Now, these are the automatically scheduled times for these sample exams, but a sample exam takes a long time to take, so you might not be able to actually complete a full sample exam on the days that are scheduled for us. We might need to adjust those dates so that we make sure we have enough time to take that sample exam. So let me take this first one here on the 24th of May, for example. I'll go into my sample exam schedule here, and I'll take a look at that first sample exam. I'm currently scheduled to take it on the 24th of May, but I tell you what, I think I'm going to go ahead and use this empty Friday that I'm not currently planning to study at all. But since I need a longer block of time to complete a sample exam, and since I want a few extra days in between my sample exams in order to do more practice and review all the problems that I got wrong, I'm going to go ahead and move that back here to the 20th. So once I've got that there, my purple date has now moved all the way back to the 20th. And I've got 1, 2, 3, 4. That's actually maybe 1 or 2 more days than I need in between the first 2 sample exams. After I take my first sample exam, I definitely want to make sure that I have time to review all the solutions and practice a few more problems of each of the different types that I missed before I move on to the next one. But I'll probably be ready for the next one by the 24th. So now I'm going to go to the sample exam schedule for the 26th and move that one back to the 24th, save my schedule, and now I've moved that sample exam back to the 24th of May. And so I can do that all the way through here, making sure that I have at least one good day in between each pair of sample exams so that I have time to be sure to be able to completely review and take advantage of all the problems that I missed on the previous sample exam before I head into the next sample exam. The rule of thumb here is that not so much you're trying to avoid mistakes on your next sample exam, but you want to avoid making the same mistakes again. And so sample exams are a good thing that you maybe can have too much of if you don't give yourself time to take advantage of all the mistakes that you made. And making mistakes that you can correct and do better for exam day, that's a good thing that you probably can't have too much of.